PWCS means Rio Tinto. Pilbara iron means Rio Tinto. Boron means Rio Tinto. In the last 5 years, we've seen a tripling of productivity in this place.
Everything that leaves their mines goes to the ships. We load those ships. We have enormous power as working class people.
It's about Australians and their right to decency, dignity, safe workplaces, decent pay and conditions, and the right to have a say in how that operation runs, because we help make the profits.
Well, really it began on day one of the negotiations over 12 months ago, where Port Waratah Coal Services presented a log of claims that sought to wind back the enterprise agreement to something similar to what was in work choices. The company dramatically sought to wind back the dispute resolution clause, remove arbitration, restrict what could be put in dispute. They were seeking an individual flexibility agreement on the entire document, which would have paved the way for individual agreements. From day one, the attacks on the workers and on the union movement has been there. We've fought most of that back, and we're down to one issue now, and that is the issue around the status quo provisions in the dispute procedure.
I've been an operator at Kooragang for just on 30 years. I've never seen this level of attack, especially on our disputes procedure, on the way we perform work. We've always been able to have a consultative approach to dealing with the company. Whether ourselves or the company are in fault or in the right, we've got an ability to invoke the status quo. The status quo just doesn't apply to us, it applies to the company as well. So if we're not doing something right, they can also utilise it against us. You don't become one of the most efficient bulk handling facilities on the planet by mistake. And our dispute settlement procedure, we believe, is an integral part to making good informed decisions on how we go forward in industrial matters.
The workplace accident that's being talked about was the coal overflow over the end of the spout. It's not really a run-of-the-mill thing that happens, quite a dangerous situation if you're walking along the boom or coming up to relieve the other operator that's operating the machine. Now, hundreds of tonnes of coal come off the end of that machine, and not only human life could have been in danger, but also the integrity of the machine for future use.
What can you tell us about yesterday's incident?
Well, yesterday's incident was, really a disgrace, really. I mean, Port Waratah are putting people, inexperienced, incompetent, putting them in charge of a 300-tonne shiploader. And through their inexperience and incompetence, there's been an incident up there that's caused what they call a boil over, where effectively they've buried the head of the coal loader down in the hatch, which has caused the coal that keeps coming up the conveyor belt. It's got nowhere to go but except to boil over the head of the coal loader and starts filling up the hatch. They overloaded the hatch. It was about 2 metres above.
Any go into the harbour?
Look, I'm not sure. Certainly it was from the what I saw, about 30 tonne at least, I'm told. At least went onto the wharf and could have gone into the harbour. So, we've got grave concerns as to where this is all going, mate. We've been raising concerns for some months now, the incompetence of these people, and really they're being put at risk as well. They don't have a choice in this. These people don't have a union. They're staff members. They have to do what they're told. And they're being put in a position where these sort of incidents are going to happen. Now, what's it going to take for this to come to a head? PWCS really needs to grow up here and reach agreement with us and let us, our members, the professionals, I mean, our blokes are breaking records up there when they're loading the coal, and they're all doing it in a safe manner. So, it sort of begs the question as to what the real agenda here is with PWCS, mate.
We recently had a rally out the front gate of the Kooragang Coal Terminal facility. It was very well supported by community, other union groups. The miners came down. We had a great friend of ours from the ILWU on the west coast of America, Secretary Treasurer Willie Adams, who's been a great friend of our union for a number of years. He was there to also give us his experiences with dealing with Rio. as they've just recently been through a struggle with Rio in the Californian desert with boron, and how the membership sticking together and the solidarity shown there was a key factor in being able to achieve the result that they wanted against a mighty multinational like Rio Tinto.
This issue is not about wages, it's about a right. And Rio Tinto is a monster, make no doubt about it, they are. But every time when they do what they do, they strengthen us as working class people. When they locked us out in boron, we had 4 or 5 different factions in our local. They couldn't get along. But when they got locked out, boron brought the rank and file together. And that strengthened our members because they were locked out for 3 months and they were worried about their families. And I told them speeches aren't going to win a struggle. It takes conviction. It takes passion. And staying there one day longer than they stay. The whole world is watching Rio Tinto. You're not by yourself. And if you need me and my army, we'll be back. We will be back to support you. This is about your families. This is about your kids. You have made, the workers here, you have made this company the second largest mining company in the world with your hard work. We're shareholders in that company. We're partners. They don't like it. We have made them rich. We deserve a part of that profit that we help these companies make.
When you have about 400 people turn up, and they're not all just union members, they're concerned parties of the community, and they all want everyone to have a fair go, you know. And Willie Adams got up and spoke. He was absolutely magnificent from the ILWU over in America, and that support that they're showing us now is instrumental to these whole negotiations ending quickly.
Any company within the country, anywhere, would love to have the productivity figures that are coming out of the coal loaders, being able to have that flexibility to get things done as the terminals have grown, and we've worked a part of that. You know, when we would call on the company, really, show some common sense, come back to the table, let's wrap this agreement up and get on with what we do best, you know, and that's loading coal and breaking records.